We usually see Vayne if we see anything at all, but the fact that Humanoid is going back to this Kassadin, this is a Fnatic classic. We've been seeing this played from this team all the way since Xpeke was starting to play this in Season 1, right? This is the kind of thing that Fnatic is really showcasing.
And it's like, again, I don't care about what you guys are doing. I am getting objectives, I'm getting money, I'm getting experience.
Ooh.
Now he's gonna find Cortez in his own jungle. That's first blood. It does go over to June somehow, as he didn't even use Ignite, but that is still a huge first blood here for Fnatic to
They use a couple ults, they use a lot of their pressure early on. It does mean that Team Liquid can take their turn, pick up this dragon, and keep the game slightly in their face. When they don't have to reach too hard. They have multiple strong ults that you could throw at impact, and he does not have flash.
Here we go once again as the charm is going to come out, and that's a level 5 Alistair. June in a lot of trouble, lands the stun, but he finally hits level 6. Doesn't matter, he will go down as Jan is taking a bunch of damage, but Noah is alone in a 1v2. The flash comes in, and the Seri picks up the double kill as we did have action in the top
Really
side.
relevant around the objective of the grubs, and that means, hey, with 5 grubs already going over, we'll talk about that later as Oscar, oh, it was not a counter gank, and they're trying again.
Yeah, they're looking for Oscar in, and he is in a bunch of trouble. Already taking some poke from the Ziggs as the stun will barely miss him. But Umpty here with this ult available should eventually get this done, right? I mean, he's going to be rooted down, and he just gets taken down in the 1v1. Not like this. It's going to be a very big summoner taken down. As the Ziggs, the satchel is huge for getting away from threats, but no flash now might make side laning much more difficult for him.
Yeah.
As the action never stops here. I'm sorry, you don't get to talk too much as they're getting on in onto the Zeri. They get the shutdown and even get Cortez as immediately this game is turned on its head again as Fnatic pick up 2 kills.
It's a complete script reversal immediately. Dragon, yes, they got 5 grubs, which means that Twitch chat will be on their side taking these down. Oscar?
Yeah, that's the ult over the top as Oscar Innen is just going to be burned down. Has a lot of damage, but he doesn't have a very large. That's exactly what I was expecting, Joshi.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Looking at how these two teams are constantly looking to fight each other is very similar to what we were looking at before. Team Liquid does not turn down hands checks, and they are really playing with fire right now.
Yeah, they don't really have to stay here. I mean, they have a Ziggs in bottom lane getting huge amounts of value, but I guess they feel safe. They have the Rumble up there on the top side. 2-0 is Impact. And, you know, Fnatic are going to get that top outer, but they lose an inner on bottom lane as well. And AP is going to be just so happy with this trade, is maybe looking for a bit more. Oscar Innen does have flash, but even with that, he's just going to get flash on. There's no escape for him. Tries to do a bunch to APA, but it does not matter, as he will also collect a kill.
Yeah, really not going to be letting this hurt. I don't care that you're taking down my top side, because I have people who are still able to watch the demolition.
Yeah, I mean, the Ziggs has played well. We already saw what it was able to do in game series number 1, rather. Game 2 between BLG. Yeah, Oscar is just dead again, and again
plays at the wrong time. Team Liquid has really been showcasing that right now as they've caught him out 3-4 times.
Yeah, you know, it might just be Impact's opinion, but I feel like he's doing a good job of proving that point here in game number 1, right? And look at this. I mean, you said the full court press is, yeah, Umpty might go down, and he will, but it's a flash, and, you know, they get the kill, but they also lost their top turret. So it's just extra gold going in the pockets of Team. It's extra dragons, it's extra benefits that will be permanent, and you're still going to feel good about that as Team Liquid. The only question I have is how quickly do they want to start up this Baron? As we do see Razork already trying to prepare for that. He's trying to get some deep vision in and trying to get some control over this map. But now we're just going to have a fight as it is, and Alistair out of position. And Young just going to avoid that one as now the TP coming in from behind. Humanoid is level 13. He's like, please, I want to do something in this game, but I don't think he's going to have a chance to do that. It's a very nice ultimate here from the side of Cortez. And now Umpty's getting resets. And this team fight is all Team Liquid all the way. As from downtown, you've got Rumble ultimates, you've got Ziggs.
About it at all. This is just honestly a kind of domination play coming out from Team Liquid. I was expecting that this series was going to be a little bit closer, but it feels as though Team Liquid around this giant stone in the middle, and by the time he actually gets damage in, Team Liquid's already on the other side.
I was watching live as that was going on. Humanoid took the middle of the super and the Mega Bomb from the Ziggs, and now he's just dead, I think. I mean, he is going to Rift Walk away once, but Not a second time. They have the Baron buff. They're trying to take down inhibitors 21 minutes in. Is that ult just going to miss impact? And Razork's like, man, I'm not able to hit this. I'm not able to get much follow-up. Though, finally the Rumble will go down as they do get that pick. But take a look at just the cue from the Ziggs hitting both Oscarinen and Noah. They're just out of the fight. And now Oscarinen, he is going to hold on to his flash, but I don't think he's holding on to his base for very long.
No, I mean, even with impact going down, this is what we were seeing with all the other structures in the mid lane, just because it forces Fnatic to respond to everything else they're doing. You don't need minions to actually take down this inhibitor either, but we do have to keep in mind, even though it's still getting closer, it goes in.
Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of trouble, but immediately the follow-up comes in from QuartZJ. The poke is there. June is low. Razork is low. He's trying to get away. And June is not very long for this world. Umpty does get that reset. And again, the Kassadin's just behind enemy lines. He's like, guys, I swear I'm trying to help. He's not going to get much value there as he just gets pushed out of the fight. And Team Liquid maybe trying to, we had a very long game, as you mentioned before, maybe trying to give us our shortest game yet, as we're looking at 24 minutes, and they're already chipping away at the base. The Satchel going to take down a Nexus turret already. Yeah, definitely a good idea. I mean, the timing.
Oh, he's getting.
Oh, yeah, they're just going to send it. Okay, they're looking for Noah as he is going to ult away, but immediately Umpty does get into that back line, and the front line is burning. Oscarinen in a lot of trouble. Humanoid desperately trying to hit level 16 as he's sitting on 15, and now we do still have this Kassadin. Nope, he's gone. Okay, never mind. Down he goes, and I think the Nexus is going to follow very soon here. Team Liquid looking for an extremely dominant first game win over Fnatic here at the EWC, presenting League of Legends. And they will take down this first Nexus of the series.
Look, I was... much a fan of one magic damage source, but this time Team Liquid once again bringing that out, and APA is also a classic Taliyah player. Before, people knew him as a Ziggs player, they knew him as an Aurelion Soul and Taliyah player. He would roam around the map a lot. This is an opportunity. Liquid, so much extra pressure in this lane, not just because you're trading, but you also have to remember that Team Liquid is...
Flash? Okay, they're just trying to kill Yon here, and it might just work out, but now one last auto on a June in his first blood to the Lucian of all players, as now Noah's alone. He's trying to get the kill on a QuartZJ. He's not even going to be able to kill the Nami. He can't even get the Nami. Okay, he hits level 2, and now one last auto might do it. He does proc his barrier, but now he has to flash bottom lane just to help them get across the line and get a massive lead in this bottom lane. And now Umpty's here. Nobody's got flash. Nobody. And they think they're safe. They think they're the ones hiding as now flash comes in from Umpty. And June is almost 100% dead as the damage is coming in. Aftershock not going to save him. And Noah in a bit of trouble himself, takes a huge chunk of damage.
Without doing that, but it is just a complete domination top to bottom. Only 6 minutes, not even 6 minutes in, as they're already going for Razork.
Yeah, Razork going to get caught here. The wall from the Taliyah is excellent. And now they don't quite have the damage, though, as finally they do take him down. It's looking a little bit iffy there, as APA and Umpty were taking a huge amount of AoE damage from the Hui, but it's still going to be good for the side of Team Liquid. They get the... You know, I think that is true. It doesn't even surprise me, just the way it has been going, as this was the fight in the enemy jungle that Razork, you know, tried to make something happen on top side. All he gets is a thumbs up from Impact. And now we got to dive on bot side. They know that Razork is on the top side of the map, and Noah is just in a lot of trouble. QuartZJ now, he will be traded back, and now we get a second kill over to the side of Fnatic. And through
all these characters are well known for scaling super hard into the game, and Fnatic trying to put a couple of them and get a little bit more gold in their pockets.
Well, they're trying to go for Core here, but he's just going to flash away. Noah does pick up the kill, and now Umpty in a little bit of a rough spot. Razork will go down to Yun, and now we got the Taliyah coming on in. Noah, he needs the kill, but he's not going to get it, as Umpty will survive, as APA again is there.
Overextended. Umpty just tanky enough when all is said and done to give APA the time to get there.
Yeah, now we got some plays on the top side. Core in a pretty rough spot. I really don't know what he was doing there, but maybe trying to get some vision. It does backfire, and he will be taken down. So, small little victory there for Fnatic, finding a free Little piece of sushi in the top lane.
I mean, it feels like fish are supposed to be in the river, right? That's exactly what their native habitat is. No way.
Well,
what?
Okay, that's just a shutdown from Noah over Young. Anything going, so instead Razork is just gonna show himself up on the top side alongside of June, looking for APA. That's a very nice hook, and now the ult comes in. That is a very dead Talia, eventually, and that's another shutdown going into the hands of Fnatic.
Yeah, effectively they were able to move those pieces around the map. How effectively they were able to take down all of these structures. And admittedly, a big part of that was the fact that APA was on that zone.
Put on that pressure. Can be difficult into the way, but if you don't have jungle priority, maybe, yeah, they're just going to poke him down. And now we got a wall as well just to push him out of the lane and secure this mid-tier 1. This will be a big victory and the lead built upon here for Team Liquid.
First turret of the game goes down in about 15 minutes. Now looking for Noah.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Very, very dead this time, as Impact on the Rumble will take him down. Now, Oscarin is getting some free time with the stop turret, but it's just more time where Noah's just not allowed to farm and is basically not allowed to be part of the game.
The game is a lot easier when one of your opponents doesn't really get to play, and now Razor coming around. Umti's right around the corner.
Yeah, well, and the 1v1 should be fine, but now we got TPs coming in, we got June coming in as well, and Umti, they're just gonna leave him for dead. Not able to help him here, as even Impact might be in a little bit of trouble. The Ornn getting to work on him. June with the flash ult just to make 100% sure, and with Impact on no flash, it will be eventually the kill going over to Oscarin. So nice little turnaround there on the bottom. June, everybody is trying to just magnetize towards the action.
Razork is there as well. Team Liquid might be fighting off more than they can chew.
Yeah, June is going to be in an interesting spot, but like you mentioned, just trying to bait for this one. Core getting pretty low as he will blast the rocket, and now we do have Razork, and a massive equalizer going to hit everybody. Even the humanoid has to back away, and the divide does come through. Rather, the seismic shove will pick up Noah, just the cherry on top.
Great stuff coming out from Team Liquid, finally finding one of those decisive...
Liquid are taking big strides to increase that early lead that they've had for a very long time, but kind of stagnated on it for a while, as that knockup is going to miss. Impact still in a lot of trouble here, as Humanoid putting in that damage will knock the ult. And now a double knockup comes in here in the 2v2. You see June, though, is going to be kited down. Some sniping, some help from Humanoid, but a lot of damage from Razork as well. They're trying to get Yun, but he is going to dash away from this one. As now Umti looking again at the action. That wall is going to absolutely make quick work of him. And they also get the flash out of Oscar, who will get out of here. And it's just chaos on the top side of the map. There is zero vision. That ward is in their own jungle and immediately pinged out. And Team Liquid will be picking up the Hextech Drake. Will we have a fourth Infernal Soul? Yes, we will.
Wow. As
it does come out once again. We had 3 in a row in the BLG T1 series, and now we get a 4th one. It's Team Liquid making their way towards that soul, taking their first Drake.
The goal leads start to lie because we're starting to see the ornaments come through. Now, I'm a little bit disappointed because they lost all their cool names, but Umti just goes right on in.
He's going back in, and he is very tanky here on the Sintalis. Now an ult onto Yun, just trying to zone him away, but Umti's getting a lot of value himself, as eventually he goes down, but now the culling comes out. As Yun is eating damage from the Baron, he nearly dies to it, and actually will have to get out of here. Impact also going down, and a massive snipe comes out from Noah as another shutdown.
Extra rocket coming through from Noah is able to pick him up in this fight. Didn't even realize that it was coming through, and that's part of why runners don't do any good.
Just not seeing it as a nice little play to get that dredge line into the wall from June. But yeah, now we're going to have the fight breaking out once here again, as Impact does have TP if they want to come into this one. And there it is, straight into the fight is now.
Humanoid.
Trying to turn on the Humanoid. He just runs into the enemy team and immediately dies. But it's Impact doing the exact same thing with his TP. As down he's going to go. Core JJ barely alive. It's only Yun. And yes, he is pretty fed, but I don't think he can go 1v4 here, as Umti trying to provide a front line. Oscar going in by himself. Umti now trying to really provide that front line. Down will go Core, and Umti is just a little bit too low. Young desperate to try to 1v4, but it's not happening. That's now the Ornn ult is coming from downtown. And unfortunately, they're like, all right, you want to fight? We're going to fight. We're ahead. We're just going to do it. But, you know, sometimes the goal difference, as you mentioned, it can lie. Fnatic is getting those ornaments online.
If this was a scrim, we would not have even played it. But now, I mean, this is why you actually got to play some of those scrims, so you can look for opportunities like this.
Well, they're trying to go all in onto the Nautilus. This time, the equalizer will come down as the Ornn ult is pretty good here from Oscar in him, but there's just no follow-up as they would have had to force in through the choke.
So the last 20 minutes, it's been hovering somewhere between 1.5 and 2.5, and now Impact getting caught.
Yeah, he's just immediately caught here. He tries to flash away as now Oscar in is going to be looking for the finisher, and he will get it as Razork actually gets the kill, and now Umpty just baited in. He's going to be taken down. A lot of damage is done by the culling, but it's now 3v5 for TL. As Fnatic, they get a couple of picks, they get the enemy jungler, and they will look to take the back on this Kha'Zix. I mean, he has found so many angles even from behind, and now that he's ahead, he's like, okay, now it's time to go on the hunt, and Jude does an excellent job. And, well, right as I'm saying Razork's doing well, he just immediately dies. And now we get a huge equalizer over the top. You do see the Ornn ultimate also going to try to peel for the team as we do see June going down, but now Yun taken out. Umpty going way too deep, but now APA is going to get the flank here, and maybe it's enough as APA will take out the Corki finally as Oscar Inen alone 1v2. And can he do much here? Will he take down CoreJJ? It's looking pretty likely as he does go unstoppable, and there is the knockup. But another one is the seismic shove. APA does deny the kill.
Really good fight ultimately from Team Liquid to deny most of the usage of the Baron buff in that last one, but it is yet another chaotic one as Umpty dives really deep. Oscar just too tanky to actually die, and at least this Baron buff will just liking a position really doesn't feel like enough, simply because we really like Team Liquid's position, and now APA a little bit of pressure with him, making sure that he is safe in that role. Fnatic still just kind of don't really care, right? There's like, well, you threw down an equalizer, but what if we had a Baron buff to neutralize that entirely? Yes, Team Liquid trade back, but at the same time, Razork is going to be picking up another Infernal Dragon. It looks like the Infernal Soul, one dragon away here for Fnatic, and at least Team Liquid will trade some gold back by getting the top lane turret and the mid lane turret, but I would absolutely rather be in Fnatic's position as they go for another roll.
Yeah, Yun is in a lot of trouble. He is going to flash away as the rest of the team is sure. I mean, Leandries can do some good work.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually. But maybe then the rest of the team just takes you down. So it does feel like Fnatic's in a pretty good spot, although Razork nearly does die. And now they're calling, and he has to flash away. Meanwhile, on the top side, Impact's in a lot of trouble, but the equalizer is good. And now a fight potentially brewing here. That's a very nice seismic shove to come out from the side of Team Liquid, but now Umpty in a lot of trouble. Does tank up a huge amount of the damage, and now Razork is back into the fight. Does take down Core, and the AoE damage from the Hoy is huge, but now they go way too deep. And Humanoid and Noah barely surviving.
Teleport back in.
Trying to get this fight going again, and June is in a ton of trouble. He just goes down, and that's going to be the end of that. TL, they force Fnatic to try to answer the call on the Baron, but now they're just going to have to
taking their time, making sure that Razork does not have an easy opportunity to jump into the pit. And Razork, as we know, is not even going to go for a steal at all, but Team Liquid love the fact.
NA versus EU is both the fastest game by far we've had so far, and also looking to potentially break the record for the longest game in the same series. As now, trying to frontline here, Umpty in a lot of trouble. Will Crescent Guard and try to get away from this one, but the knockup once again as Oscar in and will assassinate him, but now the knockup comes out, and Oscar's in a bit of trouble. He has to get away. The equalizer is huge. The front line is just melting here on the side of Fnatic. Everybody is super low health, and a flash forward from Yun is enough to take the double kill, and now Noah's like desperately trying to hold on to this mid lane, but eventually he should go down as he's just poked away by Stones, and maybe Team Liquid, they just end the game here.
It took 37 minutes for Team Liquid to remember how much of a lead they had early on in this game. It is only Razork left to try and defend Fnatic's life in this tournament. He needs to do a miracle play right now if they want to keep on their key.
I just don't think he's got enough. You know, maybe if this was Ziggs or Onivia or something, but Kha'Zix not looking good for him as Team Liquid took them quite a while in game number 2, but it will be the 2-0 victory to take the series up against Fnatic and win and move on here in the EW.